from that inclusive lens, what is the age-appropriate ways to talk about the details of sex?
I think when a child is old enough to ask a question, they're usually old enough to get a developmentally accurate answer. So although there might be different ways of answering maybe a specific "how is a baby made?" question, if your kid is 3 versus 6 versus 9, there are many honest answers at each of these ages that don't break their brains. Sexual orientation and gender identity are actually great topics to further that point, because there's a clear and unfortunate discourse that is present politically now, where there's this insistence that kids are just too young to even know what gay or trans means, and that those of us who are offering inclusive education are being explicit about specific sex acts, or we're grooming children with information that they don't need. And I'm not really sure what they're imagining those conversations looking like, but just to pull back the curtain, what is actually happening is that, a child like mine, for example, might have books or dolls or exposure to certain media where there are families just like his and families that are different than his, where there are representations of different families, different bodies, and diverse sets of people, where that diversity might show up in race or religion or ability or sexual orientation and gender. So again, my 3-year-old is aware that some people with his body parts are boys and some are not. He's aware that people who love each other can be partners or live together and be married one day if they want to. He's aware that some families like ours have LGBTQ plus people in them, and that is great. And that's cool for 3-year-olds. That's nearly it. The nuances might come a bit later, and about the age of 6 to 7 is when I've had folks let me know that my first book, The Everybody Book, has been a helpful tool for answering some of the questions that their kids have about sex, reproduction, scientifically accurate and inclusive language, and piece by piece, sort of based on the specific questions that the kid is asking at that time.